No, that makes a ton of sense because, I mean, I want to say that someone hit me up and said that the last time they were looking on Facebook or something, there was like a preview and it was just me talking about, is that the right camera angle? I'm not sure. So, yeah, you learn something new every day. I learn how we record, how we take care of this. As we're here on WBRE, WYOU 2822 Sports Night, it is brought to you live on Facebook and YouTube, on CTV. If you download the Amazon or Apple or Roku TVs, you got to do that. I feel like we still got to work on Ricky's shot. Like, it's a little bit close. He's got to sit up so straight to get his chin over the lower third. But if it's too straight, we're cutting him off. Like, we got to figure out that producer chair spot. Nate's learning the lean. He's got his lean already on. He knows what he's doing.
I got the camera set up so it incorporates the lean into it.
Oh, yeah. That's what we had to do. Fat Joe over here leaning back. You don't even know that song.
No.
Yeah. He doesn't know that song, does he? Do you think he doesn't know that song because of his age or because he hasn't listened to Fat Joe?
Age.
What's the answer?
I haven't listened to Fat Joe.
You don't know who Fat Joe is,
No.
do you? Okay. That's surprising. Fat Joe, I mean, again, he was a staple. I mean, even if you don't know his music, I mean, he was on Celebrity Row for almost every single Knicks game. How long did it take? 6 minutes before I mentioned the Knicks?
Minute 43.
Minute
I was gonna say, not
43. Wow. The only thing that makes me say wow like that is the performance from last night.
Yeah, that was
brutal.
That's probably the.
Yeah, listen, they gave him bulletin board material. They gave him a reason to hate us. They gave him a reason to get fired up. They gave him a reason to want to come in and smack the Americans around. And again, I will say this as I echo this over and over again. This has nothing to do with the politics or what side you're on or this, that, or the other thing. Just stay out of sports because every time you get into sports, bad things happen. The only time the Knicks lost is when you were in the Garden. The only time that USA gets smoked is after you and Infantino put yourself in there. Now, I'm not even going to say the name. I'm not saying the name because I don't want to get the yells and the comments and all of that stuff. But stick to sports. You keep telling the other side that. How about you do the same? Because you're just a bad luck charm for the USA. Sports-wise, at least. Because, again, this is nothing to do with the politics of it.
It's nothing to do with anything else.
No, it doesn't. It's just like every time. It's like bad things happen.
It's like the Drake curse.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Great
It is.
example.
Thank you. Because that's more what I'm talking about than anything else. Yes, it's the Drake curse. And no surprise, was Drake in the round of 16 rocking a Canada jersey? Yes, he was. Did Canada lose?
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
I think they got shut out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3-0.
All three host nations gone.
Yeah.
At least Mexico put up a good performance.
I mean,
Canada hung in
was
there
it
for a half.
though?
They put up a better fight.
It
than
was a
any of
good
them
They put up the
teams.
best fight of the three.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good game, but, like, I don't know. Like, on paper, it was a great game, but I think the rain kind of subdued the atmosphere that was Azteca. I think if it was like although I don't know if that just gave people more time to drink,
Yeah.
and that's...
Could be.
I'm not disrespectful. I mean,
I thought they were
Azteca and
still-
drinking is the same as Buffalo and drinking.
No, I thought they were still pretty loud and into it.
Yeah, no, I know, but I mean, yeah. Did you hear Harry Kane after? Did you guys hear Harry Kane's interview afterwards? He had no voice
Yeah.
left, and the reporter keeps asking him more and more questions. This is like after question 3 or 4, I'm like, just let the man go.
He's like, I'm sorry.
And
no
that
voice.
wasn't even the worst injury for England there was. Did you see that?
I did, and then he
That
got
was
the,
bad. I didn't need the slow-mo. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
Yellow
need the
card
slow
and then-
motion of it.
yeah. It was the injury. It was the injury to insult after the yellow card as well.
Wait, what?
Insult to injury.
Yeah, but it was the
Oh.
opposite because
Oh,
he
the
got the
injury,
card
okay.
and then he got hurt.
I like that, actually.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
That
That's
works.
pretty good. Yeah, he got hurt after the game celebrating. He's like Edwin Diaz.
And now we're going to mention the Mets.
No, that was for Team Puerto Rico. And we should never mention the Mets, ever. They are not mentionable.
I think they won last night.
They won
This is-
2 in a
okay.
row.
Ooh, wow, they won 2 in a row.
Who didn't walk? It was
Against
Oh
the
my
Braves. no
God.
less.
yeah, it was
I don't need like okay. I'll tell a quick story here, and I guess this does go back to the Knicks, but the other night I want to say is either Friday night or Saturday night. You guys had left, and I was just finishing up the highlights for the late show for the 11 o'clock show, and I was watching FIFA. I was watching the World Cup, and after the World Cup ended, there was Saturday night baseball. So it must have been Saturday night, yeah. And yeah, it had to have been Saturday night because I remember I think I was talking to Mark about this. Afterwards, the Mets came on, and the Mets lost so badly to the Braves. There was that pop-up that Lindor and Tyrone Taylor couldn't call, and 3 runs came in, like it was Luis Castillo in that game against the Yankees. Like every other pitch that Mania threw was a home run for the Braves. And I just was like, man, I forgot how terrible this was because I was watching the Knicks every night, and I had hope and I had joy. And the fact that the Knicks are giving me hope and joy is how we're living in a bizarro world to begin with. But I tuned in and I watched an entire Mets game, and I go, wow, I'm not doing that again the rest of the season. I don't need to do that again the rest of the season.
I remember when the Phillies were playing the Mets. It was on Saturday.
The
Night
last 2
Baseball as
games
well.
when they just smoked them the last 2 games?
Yeah, it was Joe Davis and John Smoltz, and they were talking about how the Mets were kind of given a saving grace because of the success the Knicks have had. Now that that's over, all the focus is back on the Mets, and it hasn't gotten any better.
Okay, well, we live in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton. So, no, go 3 because I'm not making any point here about the Mets. We're moving on from the Mets. We live in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton. If we're going to talk baseball, which we're not starting the top of the show with baseball, we would talk about the fact that the Phillies had 5 All-Stars and that Skeens may not make the All-Star team.
I don't think he's gonna play.
Yeah, that's kind of the reason why. And the same thing, the Phillies probably could have had a 6th All-Star with Zach Wheeler, but because of where he's lined up in the rotation, he wouldn't have been able to play anyway. So I think a lot of the pitchers in that regard were not selected, which is kind of. I don't think that that's necessarily fair because at the end, when it's all said and done, one of the ways you get into the Hall of Fame, one of the ways you continue to get contracts is how many All-Star appearances did you have? How many of this? How many of that? So I think, honestly, no matter what the rotation was, if the dude deserved to be an All-Star, you should have made him All-Star. Now you got in here making a point here. All right, USA Soccer. This is what we were supposed to start the show with. I do like, though, that baseball crept in, not just King football. But, all right, are we done with the World Cup? As we tangented off to many other things, are we done with the World Cup here in the States?
I think the casual fan might be.
Yeah, the casual fans are done.
Especially after that type of performance to cap everything off.
How upset do you think the city of Scranton is right now? Because their first FIFA fan zone was hurt by weather, and their second FIFA fan zone won't have the U.S. in it. Like, how upset is the city for all everything even us, for this amount of stories we did that, like I said, the first day was canceled. Second day, weather wasn't great on Sunday. Next weekend, when we come around, we won't have the U.S. competing.
It's unfortunate. It really is. But, I mean, Scranton really had a tough go of it with the rain over the weekend. And now the U.S. not even being a finalist going into the quarterfinals. So, it is what it is, but Scranton got a tough go at it.
I mean, that's always the risk you run with an event like this because the U.S., as we have discussed.
Why were they favored last night?
Because I think it was more in part due to the betting.
I think Belgium's
Betting
struggles
websites.
going into it played a part in it.
Yes.
Because up until match day 3 of the group stages, Belgium didn't look all that great. They needed a miracle comeback to beat Senegal. So people were just kind of down on Belgium. And like you said, the Balogun stuff lit a fire under them. They showed up to play, scored first. We talked about how the U.S. needed to play a complete game. They didn't play a game at all. They were in the hole about 10 minutes in.
Yeah, and I mean, even when they scored, the joy, the jubilation lasted for all of 67 seconds. It wasn't a very long last. Ricky, I mean, do you think the fact that it was in Seattle had anything to do with why they were favored?
Probably. I mean, they're at their home turf. As you mentioned, Belgium was struggling coming into that game. It took 3 goals in a short amount of time to really get them to that stage. But yeah, if you look at Belgium, they outclassed the U.S. And again, Belgium played great, but that was sloppy, poor.
Belgium didn't need to
soccer.
play great to win.
No, because 3 out of the 4 goals allowed by the U.S. were off self-inflicted wounds. You had a miscommunication in the box that led to no one getting the header. You had a goalie coming out and really
What was that?
Matt Freese with the play of the year.
With the Young Ho Koo.
yes, Young Ho put his foot right into the turf,
He Young Ho Koo'd it.
and that was bad.
Don't look at me like that if I use Young Ho Koo as an adverb. or
I'm looking at it because I'm thinking of the play that happened.
Oh, with the Giants? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he Young Ho
Yeah.
Koo'd it. That
He
was the
did.
same thing. He was like, nope, my controller froze. It was like what happens when your controller freezes as you're about to hit a kicker.
He again, worst case scenario, just boot it back down the field.
Yeah, just get it out of your zone.
You're out of the box anyway. There's Belgian players right. Your best case scenario is honestly probably just booting it back down the field.
Do they bring Pochettino back?
I don't see why you wouldn't. I get it was a bad game, but I think that's more on the players. The players did not show up. We were singing Pochettino's praises the first, all through group stage in the first game. In the elimination stage, I think this is more on the players. I think it's more on Pulisic. I think it's more.
Yeah.
I think it's more on.
All right, when does he show up for a game? When?
The pressures. I mean, it's long past due.
The lights were brighter than expected. Again.
But again, I mean, we talked about this year. We talked about this being the tournament of stars, and look what happened with Argentina today. And Messi and the way that he brought his team back. That was incredible in the last 11 minutes. And we'll get into that coming up in a second. In fact, actually, where are we right now?
Poor Mo Salah.
I do like. What I tell you about Mo Salah? I said don't sleep on my boy Mo. I said don't sleep on Mo. Unfortunately, they slept on Messi in the last 11 minutes. 3 goals. And that was incredible.
That game is, I think, officially.
Yeah, that game's final. That game's final. Yeah, that game was incredible. No, I meant where are we on the show?
Oh, 13 minutes.
All right, let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about Messi. We'll talk a little bit about Ronaldo as his World Cup is over. He retired after the loss. Neymar also retiring after the loss. So some of the big stars we will never see again playing for club or country. Although, no, I think Neymar is done playing, but Ronaldo will play back in Saudi Arabia. So, all right, we'll be back in just a moment. WBRE, WYOU 2822 Sports Night. Yeah, we were talking about, and we will continue talking about the man, the myth, the disappearance, the ghost, whatever you want to call him. He's not, I mean, he's the most decorated player we've ever had. Why? Because he plays in the Bundesliga and then played over in the EPL? Like, he's not done anything to deserve decorations here in the States, unfortunately.
No, and he's, when you're
wearing the 10 for the U.S.,
you've got to come up. I mean, Landon Donovan did a number for that number, and Pulisic was supposed to carry that and take it even further almost because he was the most decorated soccer player the U.S. has ever seen, with playing in the Premier League and having some success over there. But ultimately, again, he's not. I get he got hurt towards the end of last game, but even before then. But even before then, I mean, he was early in that game, he was struggling. That whole team was just starstruck. And you sort of, in big games like this, you sort of follow the lead of your star, your most experienced player. And it looked like they followed the lead of that, just not to the tune of something good. It was to the tune of something bad.
Disappearance. They
Yeah.
disappeared. Yeah.
Folded again. Another European powers knocked them out. This was supposed to be the team that got over the hump that
No,
finally
this
was
is
able
the
to
hump,
break
and we
through.
can't get past it.
Exactly. They were supposed to get over it this year, and they failed at it again.
So, is this team any better than any of the teams previously?
No, I mean, they again had the opportunity to
Like,
go
would
in the
you
big
rather have this team, or would you rather have the team with Clint Dempsey and Tim Howard and Josie Altidore and Landon Donovan? Because I think I'd rather still have that team.
I was gonna say, I mean,
Yeah.
that team.
If they
that's-
went the same they both went the same distance. They went the same level. You know, their accomplishments are equal. They both lost to Belgium.
It took us.
13 saves by Tim
I
Howard.
was gonna say a third. Yeah,
But which team would you rather have? I think I would still rather cheer for Donovan and Dempsey and Aldidore and Kyle Beckerman and Bradley was on that
Yes.
team.
that team at least again gave you that team.
That was
would
the
not
team
quit.
that we said, I believe
Yeah.
we will win. Even though we knew we wouldn't, but
They gave Belgium albeit again an outstanding game from Tim Howard. It's still a 2-1 game.
yeah. And the U.S. were in it. And it wasn't a 2-1 game that went to extras? Like, I think it
Yes.
went into
think it-
golden
yeah.
goal. It was 1-1, yeah.
I
Yeah, it was 1-1,
yeah.
and then Belgium scored in the first part. Yeah, like, again, that team came to play. The team that was in Seattle last night.
No.
Got
Chill
punched
out.
in the mouth and never got back up.
No, and there was no chance of winning as soon as Balogun was back in the lineup. It was like, okay, the Belgians are pissed. The Belgians have something, and then it was like, oh, we want Belgian waffles. Okay. The post that they put up was great.
Oh, yes, it was.
The chants outside of the stadium on the pregame show that they had yesterday, the Belgian waffles chant.
It was good, but why are, like, I'm watching all the videos, I'm watching all the stuff on YouTube and Instagram and everything. How come Europeans are so much better at chants than we are? Like, we still do the same 6 or 7 chants. Defense. Like, they come up with stuff like,
Theirs is
do you see
fun.
the
Theirs are fun.
Australians? Nah, we're going to Walmart. Yeah, now we're in Like, they're so much better at it than we are.
European crowds are so much better than American crowds.
Think about
Yeah.
think about the music. It's still 80s rock. Like, when you go to a stadium, the songs they play are still the same. Welcome to the Jungle, Enter Sandman. It's the same 80s rock. We want to rock. I hope I don't get
Well-
us kicked off.
to maybe provide an answer to that.
Okay, young man.
The way American sports are now, obviously everything is about making the most money. In that, you have ticket prices that become unaccessible to hardcore fans that want to do it. Let's look at Ticketmaster, where a lot of the tickets go through. In Europe, you cannot resell tickets above what
Yeah,
you
they
paid for
do
them.
it better.
Yeah. Here, you don't have that type of restriction. in
What is
place, So
anything-
they're
what is-
pricing out everyday people that would be passionate about it and do want to go.
And are
for-
more creative.
Yeah, for people that are just going to sit in executive suites and pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for it and just be part of the experience of being there so they can flaunt that to their rich
You sound
friends.
bitter about this.
I've thought a lot about this.
Yeah, are you upset? Are you missing out on like a key
No.
game? Are you
No,
not
it's
going to the
just-
whiteout game because of some
No.
influencer?
No, it's just this is really annoying for American sports crowds.
Yeah, but you know what? We're okay with it. Because
Are we?
yeah, because at the end of the day, we go to the games, we pay the money, we pay $50,000 to go to a Knicks finals game.
I don't know.
We're okay
I-
with it because
we
we
are.
let it
So-
happen.
because
We're
we have
okay
to
with
be,
it
yeah.
because we're okay with it because when the SEC and the Big Ten say we want to create a super league, we're like, cool. Is
I
it
don't
on
like
ESPN?
that.
I don't like it either.
I don't like that either.
But we let it happen. When the soccer tried it, when they tried the Super League, they're like, nope, not happening. The fans didn't let it happen. But you know that's not happening here. You know that's not happening here. When the Big Ten and the SEC want to play football against each other, they're just going to be like, all right, that's cool. All the other sports can do whatever we want. And ESPN's
nobody
going to
can
be
stop them.
side by side, signing the contract.
Because nobody's going to be able to stop them.
Yeah, fans can, but they're not going to.
No.
And don't say that fans can't, because we watched it happen with the Super League. And the Super League has a whole lot more money than the U.S. and the SEC does. Those dudes that own the Super League teams, yeah, they got money.
Yeah, they have money to throw away. Some of them are even NFL owners.
Yeah, but, well, now, yeah, I mean, there are some NFL owners, the Glazers and all of those guys.
The Kroenke family with Arsenal.
But it's big money. It's big money.
Hopefully that does not happen.
You don't want to see that happen?
No, because I think it ruins college sports.
I think
It
college
used to be
sports are
about-
already ruined, but okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it used to be more about tradition and the iconic rivalry games. Now it's just, again, like, you have conferences from.
You mean you don't
all over.
enjoy watching an 11:30 in the morning ACC basketball game between SMU and Stanford?
No,
Hey, I do. Those games were pretty good this year.
It was Stanford versus SMU in Greensboro, North Carolina for an ACC game. Come on with that.
I mean, that to me, college again in the early
these
2000s.
Did you win money on that game? Is that why you're happy
No.
about that game?
No, I do not bet.
You should. There's nothing like March. That's why they call it March Madness.
I don't turn 21 until February.
Oh, does that
Yeah.
matter?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then don't bet. Don't bet. Don't bet unless you're above 21 and you're in a state that allows it with a gambling service that
Nate's
is.
mugshot.
Yeah, whatever. He's gonna be leaning in the mugshot.
Yeah.
We're going to be leaning back in that one.
It's lean
Lean
back, not leaning back.
I wasn't trying to make a reference.
You should be. It's called a callback.
No, good point.
It's all right. All right. We need another break. Is that why you're putting that up? What time? Where are we at?
22.
All right. Let's take a break. When we get back, as mentioned, yes, 5 Phillies headed to the All-Star game. We're gonna break that down because that's right here in the Keystone State Citizen Bank Park, hosting the All-Star game. Johan Duran maybe possibly starting as well. Bryce Harper, the Legends pick. Schwarber with 30 home runs for like the 13th time before the All-Star break. That dude just mashes and then just stops mashing in the second half until the playoffs. So we'll be right back. WBRE, WYOU, 2822 Sports Night. We are back here. It is WBRE, WYOU, 2822 Sports Night. Make sure you go ahead, download, and watch us every night from 8 to 9 on the CTV app. If you got Amazon, you got Apple, you got Roku. And I know you have Amazon and I know you have Apple because pretty much everyone in the world now only has those two things. They're taking over the world. It's all right. When the machines take over, I'm on your side. Just remember I said that, machines. I'm with you. When Skynet takes over, I was an ally. Okay? Enslave me. Just don't kill me. Nah, actually, if the world came to an end, would you want to survive it? Like, if the world, like, literally, no, it's a real question. If the world came to an end, would you want to be one of the people who had to survive and, like, make your own food and find water and shelter? Like, would you want to be in the aftermath of the 2 or 3 days after the world ends?
How would it come to an end?
Skynet.
I'm thinking back to like the Wall-E movie where he's just wandering around and there's nothing left.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like our Book of Eli with Denzel Washington. You ever see that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, would you want to be in that, like, or would you have rather just been like, all right, cool, mass extinction, let me just go?
I'd just be curious to see how long I'd survive for.
All right.
I'd be curious to see what it would look like and to be a part of it.
What would be the first thing you did?
Obviously, scavenge for food and water.
Okay.
So I have to survive. If I'm gonna look for someone else that's alive, I have to. Survive.
You are going to look for somebody else? You're going
Might
to
as
try to
well.
find people?
Yeah, gets alone. I don't want to just talk to myself and start seeing.
Yeah, but what if the people, like, don't want to find other people? There's a lot of those doomsday preppers, those hoarders, and they don't want you coming on their territory once the
then.
world's over with.
I'll look for someone else.
Ricky's gonna find somebody.
Ricky's
Yeah.
gonna find love in the afterworld.
He's gonna find his Eva.
Who's Eva?
The Wall-E
Wall-E
reference?
robot.
Oh,
The
okay.
more modern robot.
See, you guys have young
Yeah.
references I don't get.
The movie came out like 25 years ago.
Okay.
it?
Yeah, you're right. It did. And you know what I was? I was in college. I was drinking. Okay, I wasn't watching Wall-E.
Yeah, it was like 20. Yeah. 2008.
2008. I graduated college. I'm sorry I wasn't watching Wall-E. I was watching The Notebook at that time.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a good way. You know, it's great. You're at the bar. It's 2 a.m. You don't want the party to stop. You want to come back to my house, watch The Notebook? Hey, of course I want to watch The Notebook.
That's Zach's movie.
It was my move, not movie. It was my move.
Zach didn't enjoy the movie.
We didn't watch the whole movie.
Okay.
That's the point of. That's the point. It's something
know, I know.
interesting enough to get you to join me for the evening, but not so interesting that you ignored me the whole night. Like I learned my lesson with Guitar Hero because it was like, hey, I got Guitar Hero. Yeah, but then it's like 2 a.m. and you just hear Boston, more than a feeling. It's like, fuck, I want to go to bed. I want to go to bed, please. But we were going to talk about the
Baseball
All-Star game.
All-Stars.
Yes. Yes.
Lots of Phillies, lots of Dodgers, lots of Braves, lots of Blue Jays. How many of them should actually be there?
There's a lot of Dodgers.
There always are. They're the best team in baseball.
If you make the All-Star team and you're not a Dodger, do the Dodgers just pick you up then the next year?
Yeah, if you're not under contract. I mean, look how who went to them, and it hasn't really worked
Kyle
out.
Tucker, Edwin Diaz, Tanner
Kyle
Scott.
Tucker is the one who hasn't really worked out.
Neither is Edwin Diaz, really.
Or
Though.
Edwin
Eh,
Diaz.
he's been hurt. Tanner
But
Scott's
again,
been a disaster.
Says a lot. They're still good.
I'm just watching Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber just hit bombs off of the Mets pitching.
and the Mariners.
What do you think about the legend pick here of Bryce Harper? Deserved?
How is he not
a home.
already on the ballot? Why did that need to be a Legends pick?
Well, I mean,
Because this is
who's the so who's first? Who's the starting first baseman?
Freddie Freeman.
That's why.
I'd make the case Harper should have been a starter over Freeman and Olsen.
there's
Well,
a
I'm
lot
just
of-
saying
there's a lot
that's
of people
why.
shouldn't be on there that are.
I mean, but that's
the
why
big
that's why
pitchers.
Harper didn't make it is because you had Freddie Freeman and Matt Olson in front of him. Like, I mean, who are you taking off at first base to put Bryce Harper instead?
I'm putting Harper in the starting lineup. Both of those two can get bumped down. They could still be on the All-Star team. They weren't really above Harper. Schwarber was getting on anyway because Otani's there. The funniest part about this is the NL fan vote for the outfield. All the guys that should have been starting are on the bench.
You don't think Brandon Marsh should be a starter? He was the number one vote getter for outfield.
It should have been PCA, James Wood, and Corbin Carroll. Those should have been the starters.
PCA hurts. As a Mets fan, PCA hurts.
Who do they trade for him?
Javi Baez.
Half a season.
Half a
of Javi
season.
Baez.
They thought that they would get him to re-sign because of Baez and Lindor's friendship.
That did not happen.
Nope.
Power of
Yeah.
friendship was not strong.
Baez hated his time in New York. Understandable. And I have a Javi Baez jersey now sitting at home that I got to wear for a half a season.
At least it wasn't expensive as the earring he lost when touching home plate.
He had that insured, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably. But still.
Baez was that dude that I thought was going to be the next Cespedes. I thought like he was going to come in and have a Cespedes like half a season.
That did not happen.
Where do you think the Phillies go here for a move? Do you think they make a move here in July? What
They
do
have
they
to
need
make a
to
move.
make a move for?
Right-handed hitting outfielder because Justin Crawford and Gabriel Verincones cannot be starting every day. Another arm in the rotation because even though Aaron Nola had a good start against Kansas City, the season hasn't been particularly good, and they don't have a fifth starter because Andrew Painter stunk it up. And probably just bullpen help because every team needs bullpen help, and right now it's Yohan Duran, Orion Kirkering, and not a whole lot else.
So where they go? What right-handed outfielder is available right now?
Call up Baltimore for Taylor Ward. That seems to have been the move that the Phillies have been pointing to for the last 2 years. They worked with Baltimore to get the Austin Hayes deal done, even though that didn't really work out. That seems to be the move if the Cubs are willing to move off of Seiya Suzuki, which probably not, considering they are still in contention despite the fact they're a roller coaster of a team. Those are the two names that immediately jump out for Phillies targets. Casey Mize in Detroit as one of the, depth arms. If Byron Buxton would just waive his no-trade clause and get out of Minnesota, because despite the Twins' record, they're not that good, that would make a lot of sense. There are options. The problem is you don't know who's going to sell other than the Angels, who have said they're not trading their best players.
And whenever anyone says that, that means all their best players are on the market.
It's the Angels, though, so they might not be.
Do you think Mike Trout finishes his career as an Angel?
Probably. I don't understand why. But
He likes
yes.
being there.
Yeah,
But
he's
why?
because he likes
has-
being.
he
He
has as
doesn't
many-
like being a superstar. He likes being under the radar and not seen, and can just walk around and, he's a quiet man.
He has as many All-Star appearances as playoff at-bats. That's sad. For one of the best players of a generation.
Who played with Shohei behind him as well?
Yeah, who they didn't trade because they wanted to sell tickets in September for a team that won like 75, 80
Yeah, but
games.
you know what? I mean, no
Great
matter
move,
what, if you
Artie.
trade Shohei, then you forever are known as the team that traded. They were in a
Nobody-
lose-lose.
nobody
They
would
were in
blame
a
them.
lose-lose.
They've been losing for 2 decades.
Yeah, but there was no way that they could have kept Shohei, and if you trade Shohei away, you're not going to get fair market value, and forever they'll be known as the team that traded Shohei away.
But then they just lost him for nothing and are known as the team that can't do anything right.
Yeah, but so did the Magic lost Shaq for nothing, but they don't have that reputation. If the Magic would have traded Shaq away, that would have been much worse for them.
I don't think there's anything the Angels could do to make their reputation worse. They're already the worst run organization in baseball.
Have you seen California or Angels in the outfield yet?
No, I still have to get to that.
Yes, you do. No, the worst run organization in baseball. We already spent 4 minutes
yeah,
on
the
that we
Mets.
shouldn't have spent 4 minutes on. How many other organizations in baseball are named in the Bernie Madoff scandal? Just one.
Yep.
This is how bad the Mets are. Is that even though Bobby Bonilla's contract actually was not bad for the Mets at any one point in time, and even though they paid him, I think up and through last year, I think it's over with at this point, or very close to being over with at this point. Many other teams have done the Bobby Bonilla contract. Many other teams have done contracts that are much worse than the Bobby Bonilla contract. I'm pretty sure that Jason Worth is still getting paid by like 3 teams right now. Ken Griffey Jr. is the 3rd highest paid player on the Reds at this point in time. So like this whole deferred contract thing was not just about Bobby Bonilla. But you better believe me, every July 3rd, my phone goes off. Oh, it's Bobby Bonilla Day. It's Bobby Bonilla Day. That's how bad they are.
Hey, it led to them getting a comp pick, which they drafted David Wright with.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, thank you. Yes, Bobby Bonilla. Without Bobby Bonilla Day, Mets fans, there's no Captain America. There's no David Wright. There's no number 5 retired. There's no Wright and Reyes on the left side of the infield. But the Mets are that bad run of an organization that they can't, it's still Bobby Bonilla Day. Oh, I'm sorry, the Orioles are paying Chris Davis how much this season?
Another poorly run organization.
Exactly.
Baseball's a lot. Baseball, I think,
Baseball's
maybe
gotten a lot.
basketball. Baseball or basketball? Which of those have more poorly run organizations? Because
Baseball.
The NBA's got quite a few.
No, they're not poorly run. They're run to make money.
The Brooklyn Nets are not making anyone.
Yeah, that's.
The Hornets up until recently.
You know it's
were not making
hold
anyone
on,
any money.
hold on. You know it. Okay, 90s starter jackets, the old school Charlotte Hornets 90s starter jackets. Them are
nice.
fire.
They were.
You know that they still
No,
are. Don't
yeah,
with the
they
word.
are.
They still are. Okay, but this is how bad it is if you're a Brooklyn Nets fan. Legit, because again, Brooklyn, that is part of the city. That's one of the boroughs. Everyone was just, you got 2 football teams in New York, 2 baseball teams in New York, 2 hockey teams. One of those hockey teams is on the island, by the way. So you don't have 2 hockey teams really in New York. One's on the island. But we only got one basketball team. What about the Nets? They play in New Jersey. No, they don't.
Yep. Play in Brooklyn. Just not.
They're
very
not.
good.
They're not. I mean, they're not. I mean, at one point in time, it was super cool because Jay-Z owned them. Think about it. At one point in time, or throughout the history since the Nets have moved to New York, they've been owned by Jay-Z, who made the Yankees hat more famous than a Yankee can. They've had Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving. Am I missing anybody?
I'm gonna
Well, they had
Deron Williams.
They had Julius.
throw
They have Julius Irving for a little.
No, I'm talking about since they moved to Brooklyn.
Throw Jason Terry in there with the Boston guys.
No, Jason Terry's not on the same level as Durant and Garnett. And
He was in the trade.
yeah,
It
but he's not on the
counts.
same. I'm talking about you had the truth, you had the big ticket, you had KD, you had Kyrie, you had the beard, you had dudes that like were faces of the league. No one cared. Nobody cared. You had Durant, Kyrie, and Harden playing in their primes together.
We got the
Nobody cared.
one playoff series win.
Yep,
And then everyone just got
and
hurt.
a shoe size too big for KD,
Yep.
I remember watching that game live.
and that's got Giannis his only championship.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in Miami.
Yeah, you guys, people want to say talk about the bubble being the tainted championship. No, the tainted championship was the year after. Because look at the Bucks and the Suns now. That was the championship the year after. Lakers have been fine. Heat have been fine.
Suns are respectable now. They're a play-in team.
Suns is another team. Again, they had Durant, Booker, and
Chris
Beal.
Bradley Beal. Yeah, Chris Paul.
Don't put Bradley Beal there. I have experience. Bradley Beal.
Oh.
Bradley Beal sometimes puts up some false numbers because of the team he was on.
He couldn't even do that in Phoenix.
He could not. He kept getting hurt, and now we look at him. He's still hurt.
The Clippers don't get enough flack for being as poorly run as
The
they are. They
Clippers,
haven't
another
accomplished
poorly run
anything.
Well, no, they're not poorly run. They were poorly run under Sterling. They haven't been poorly run since then.
They
They've
have
been
won-
well
They
run.
traded Paul George for SGA.
They have won conference
No,
finals.
they
in the
they
franchise
traded
history.
they traded SGA because Kawhi wasn't coming unless that move was made. Like that move played
don't want
into Kawhi. Not that that did anything for the Clippers either. But again, if you look at the Clippers for the Donald Sterling years, look at the Clippers all the way before Blake and Lob City and Chris Paul and DeAndre Jordan. Everything before that, terribly run. Since then, the Clippers have been a decently run organization and have been pretty much a perennial playoff team.
So much so that they're getting investigated by the FBI for a tree company.
Yeah, but the NBA is not going to investigate them, and they're not going to punish the team that just traded back for Kawhi, and they're not going to punish the team that doesn't have any draft picks and doesn't have Kawhi on their team anymore. They got away with it.
Hey, they have Rui Hachimura now.
Rui! All right, let's take another break. What time are we at?
We're at like 38-10.
Yeah, we got to get what? 2 break? We got how many more breaks we got to get?
more.
Oh, one more. All right, well, let's stay with this because obviously if we're here in the association, he knows where he's going, right? Why are we dragging this on?
He's going to Cleveland.
You think he's
Because I
going to
said he's
Cleveland?
going.
That's what
Drag it on.
that's what the latest reports are.
Yeah, I mean, they're the front runner at this point.
Wants to go home.
But he
Donovan
says he
Mitchell's-
hates going home.
Well, Donovan Mitchell likes his.
Do you think the Donovan Mitchell signing helps or hurts for this LeBron?
I don't think it matters.
I think that's just them wanting to keep Donovan Mitchell. I don't think he's gonna demand to keep Donovan. Well, I guess if you want to win a champ, but
Yes, he's going to demand. I mean, the day he signed,
you didn't need to pay him that much.
the day
money
he
for
signed
that.
back, he
Sure.
demanded that they traded Wiggins for Kevin Love. That was one of the first things he did was you trade in Wiggins and Bennett for Love.
The day he gets back, one of Evan Mobley or Jared Allen's getting moved.
Yeah, if people are getting moved, I'd have to put my money on one of those.
I'm telling you, he's waiting to see if he can get a way to play with AD.
And I don't think the Wizards.
Anthony
are gonna budge.
Bennett. Not Anthony Bennett. Anthony Davis for Evan Mobley.
Yeah, and they're both first round
I'll do
picks.
that.
Anthony Bennett and Anthony Davis was first overall, both.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Hey,
Listen, that he
Evan
obviously
Mobley.
wants to be in a situation that he can control. People are saying that he doesn't have the power in Miami, which is true. I don't think Pat Riley will give him the freedom that he's ever had or experienced when he was in LA or Cleveland, but I mean, how does Philly is the second favorite?
Philly makes the most sense.
It does.
You said you didn't want them yesterday.
It's not because of the move. It's because something would go wrong. Philly,
Yeah, it's called
Philly,
Embiid.
Philly, from a roster standpoint, makes the most sense. Cleveland, from a storyline perspective, makes the most sense. Miami's the team that could use him the most.
So where do the Warriors fit in this?
I don't think the Warriors don't make a lot of sense from a standpoint of they're already not winning anything. And it's
Steph
just
and LeBron together, though.
It's just a nostalgia tour with
Yeah.
more old dudes. They'll play 20 games and then their bones will turn to dust.
Okay, let me ask
like
you
the
this.
last 3
Hold
years.
on, let me ask you this though. They don't need to win 60 games. Steph and LeBron just need to get into the playoffs. And then you're a 2 seed playing the 7 seed Warriors. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Steph and LeBron in the playoffs.
Are the Thunder and Spurs really scared of that? I don't think they are.
I don't think the Thunder's going to be the Thunder next year. And I don't think the Spurs... Well, I am worried about the Spurs. Spurs are going to be really good for a really long time.
I think it's those two in the West and then everybody else. I don't think
Oh, yeah,
LeBron
it's
makes...
clear.
I don't think the Warriors signing LeBron and bringing in AD make anything
Okay, so then
different.
why if it's just those two in the West and everybody else, why go to the East where the East is stacked? The East is deeper than the West.
It is, but nobody's established because
I'm
Outside
sorry,
of the
no
Knicks-
one's established.
outside
I
of the-
think there are 3 championships won by the Knicks. The treble this year established the Knicks.
there's nobody established outside of the Knicks. Because Miami, it's a hypothetical, you have Bam and Giannis. What does that backcourt look like? You
I
have
think
Philadelphia.
DeMar DeRozan, honestly, and Davion Mitchell and DeMar DeRozan.
You have Philadelphia. Is that team going to stay healthy enough? Toronto. Is Kawhi good enough to take them the next step further?
Yeah, he's done it once. Although that team had
That team-
Siakam and
really
That
good,
team was
yeah.
better than this current iteration of the Raptors.
Yeah.
There's so many question marks in the East. I don't doubt that teams will step up and will separate themselves, but you don't know who's going to do that yet. There's no outside of the Knicks, there's no certainty of who the second team in the East is. It could be Toronto, Philly, Boston could still be really good, Miami.
That is
It's-
so weird to hear.
It's
I'm sorry.
open.
It is
It's
so
so
weird
open.
to hear. I just lost my headphones, so I think it's a
Aw.
perfect time to take a break.
Yeah.
Why don't we try to figure that out? And while we do, we're going to be right back here on WBRE, WYOU 2822 Sports Night. All right, real quick, we're going to get into something, but I just saw this tweet from Nick Wright. Pulisic skipped the Gold Cup, much to the dismay of many of his current and foreign teammates and his coach, to be best ready for the World Cup. He then went 6 months without scoring before the World Cup, and then in the 5 games of the World Cup, missed 1, left too early with injury.
Injury concerns continue to
Giants also concerned about Jackson Dart after he did a backflip off of a boat on the 4th of July.
yeah. That
He
thing's-
ain't the dude, man.
that-
I thought he was the dude, but he ain't the dude.
Why?
He's got the same curse.
Oh,
He's got the same curse.
well, we'll see what happens
Oh.
there during the end.
And not to mention, he's got a running back with a broken ankle and a wide receiver who looks like he doesn't walk right anymore.
Oh, he's still recovering.
I know. I mean, I don't see Neighbors or Scadaboo playing this season.
I
Scadaboo's going to play.
Scadaboo will play.
He's not going to be the same, man. That's a bad injury.
I don't know.
It
That guy.
is.
That guy's a.
He's a nut
Well,
job.
he
He
brings
is,
his lunch pail
but-
to work.
He'll give you a good
Brains
5-6 years before his body falls off a cliff.
Listen, Schoen got an extension because he drafted Abdul Carter, Malik Neighbors, Cam Scadaboo, and Jackson Dart. Here's the problem. All of them were in the first half of the or top 10 in the draft, which means your team isn't very good.
Yeah, well, they move back up for Dart.
I'm just saying, again, like if you're making these picks every year with Neighbors and Abdul Carter and
Well, listen. I mean, they got
don't understand
Harbaugh
that.
in there.
I don't understand how Joe Shane still has a job.
yeah,
I don't know
seriously.
either, but they got Harbaugh in there.
Yeah,
mixing up a little
yeah,
bit.
Harbaugh. I do like Harbaugh. I mean,
He'll raise the floor.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, they'll be a good team, and the NFC East always usually turns over. I mean, the Eagles have been dominating it, but other than that, there was a stretch of time where it was like 8 different winners in 8 years or something like that.
It was.
It's a weird division.
And no, it's a good division. I mean, it's always a competitive division. It's a solid division. It's not anything that, I mean, again, the Eagles on paper are supposed to win it, but every year it's competitive. I mean, Jaden Daniels is going to progress again. I think the Redskins are. Wow, I'm sorry. Wow.
Oh,
Wow. Can we edit that out?
I wish.
Oh, man.
if only.
I think the Commanders are a good team. And I think that they have made some moves that will go ahead and give Daniel some other options so he doesn't have to do it all by himself. Who knows with the Cowboys every year? I mean, they got weapons, but
They invested in the defense. Caleb Downs, Jalen Thompson.
I mean, that was the pick everyone knew that they were going to take with Caleb Downs.
Yeah, well,
But-
makes the most sense.
I mean, is he any better than Roy Williams was when they picked him?
Nah.
I loved Roy Williams. Dude was a menace at Oklahoma.
That's fair.
Um,
We once again get sidetracked by football.
yeah, I mean,
Yes.
it's king sport. It's
It is.
king sport.
Well, around here, it's softball.
No, I'm gonna.
In
I was
NEPA,
hold on. I was trying to just
softball.
do a short segment so we could take that last
Oh,
break, and then
yes.
we were gonna come back for Cali because we got distracted. I like what you were trying to do, but it's all right. Comes with practice.
We can hit it on the other side.
Well, how much time we got?
Got like five minutes.
Okay, yeah, that's why we're gonna take a break
Yeah.
right now, get our last break in,
Yep.
and then when we come back, Callie Loeffler, State Player of the Year. Congratulations to her. We're gonna break down her season. The Florida State Seminole future freshman. Yeah, sorry, I blanked there. It's been a bad segment for me. Okay, can't shake off my Washington Commanders mistake. We'll be right back. WBRE WYOU 2822 Sports Night. What were we going to talk about, Nate? What do we want to bring up on the backside? Because you wanted to throw to it so badly on the last segment.
Well, we talk about football being the king sport. In northeastern Pennsylvania,
It's football still.
It's really
Nice try, but it's
really
still
softball.
No, nice try, but it's still football.
Softball
However,
makes the
the
most sense.
queen of northeastern Pennsylvania and the rest of the Keystone State, that would be Callie Loeffler. And why don't you go ahead and break down our season?
Yeah, Callie Loeffler named Player of the Year by the Penn State High School Softball Coaches Association. Those teams came out yesterday. It was first and second teams, a lot of players.
Over
and
100 or
pitchers.
something, right?
Yeah, there were 112, I believe, from districts
Good
2,
group.
4, and 11. But Loeffler named the State Player of the Year, 18 home runs, hitting .639, helped lead Pine Grove to their second straight 3A state title game. And she will be continuing her softball career next year at Florida State. But
She doesn't
no better
even
way
have to
cap-
get different color accessories or anything, right? Like, those are
Yeah.
the same maroon.
Yeah, I think
Pretty
so.
much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, an incredible season for Loeffler, an incredible run for this Pine Grove team, and she wasn't the only one that took home some hardware yesterday representing NEPA as well. You had Ava Ruckel, the shortstop from Northwest, Abby Call as well from Valley View, Michaela Howell from Tunkhannock, Avery Brister and Adriana Conrad from Abington Heights, Hannah Chapego from Lake Lehman. A lot of award winners from Districts 2, District 4, and District 11 to cap off what was an incredible run for all three districts through the state tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. And a couple of state championships. I know we've already caught up with Valley View. Ricky, you're headed out to catch up with these girls today, though, right?
Yes, Pine Grove had a number of players, and they're going to be just as good or near just as good because they're losing 3 players. Like one of them being Callie Loeffler, but this is a group that is retaining most of their starting pitching, most of their lineup, and it's going to be fun catching up with them to see coach's thoughts on not only accolades that these players received this year, but next year's already probably in the planning. With
How
some
do you
travel
replace
teams.
Callie, though?
You do it by a collective. You can't
Moneyball? You moneyball it?
Yes. And again, you can't. it's hard to replace 18 home runs and what, a 639 average.
Yeah,
you
that
can't
is
do that with
insane.
one player unless you got an insane freshman coming up or have a breakout season from one of those underclassmen. But
You know what you do? You lean on the pitching because as we saw with Valley View,
yeah.
you only need to score 1 or 2 runs to win every game. Chelsea Clark, Jamie Dinger both coming back.
Yes.
Dinger was on the first team for 3A. I believe Clark was on the second team. So
Dinger the worst name to have if you're a pitcher?
She's also a catcher, so
Okay, so then no. But if you're a pitcher, is Dinger or no? There's an MLB pitcher whose last name is Junk. I mean, that's pretty.
oh
bad.
yeah,
yes.
Jansen Junk.
Yeah. So I mean, what is the worst name to have if you're a pitcher? Dinger,
Probably Dinger.
Yeah.
Homer Dinger,
it's easy for
Homer Bailey. Homer
well,
Bailey was bad.
I was
He
gonna
was.
Now again, she's a catcher, so Dinger is a great nickname. Dinger.
when she's catching.
Ring
yes,
a
when
dinger.
she's
Yeah,
pitching,
ring a
and so
dinger.
when it's a
Winner, chicken
long-
dinner.
long fly ball, it's probably not be fun.
Oh yeah. But I mean, but she bats. That's what I'm saying though. Like Jansen Junk and Homer Bailey. Those are 2 tough names if you're a pitcher.
Yeah, they were 2 not very good pitchers.
Oh, and there's a dude named Coward as well in some sport. His last name's
Cedric
Coward.
Coward.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
that's
a,
That's the Grizzlies forward.
yeah, that's a tough name to have.
he
good
was
player.
He was somebody. Wasn't he on the first team all rookie?
He was good.
See, no one goes up to Cedric Coward and say, "Hey, we want to do a jersey swap."
He had a good year.
Yeah,
14,
but again,
30,
we don't
14.
see the pictures of him doing the jersey swap for some reason, and I don't know why it is, but everyone wants to jersey swap with Grady Dick.
He should do one with Jeremy Fears.
You're just gonna totally walk right over that joke.
Mm-hmm.
Fears and Coward. Okay.
Yep.
On that note, how much time we got?
We should probably wrap up now.
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
definitely. Although wrap up is a bad choice of words after the last joke I just tried to make. Thank y'all for staying with us tonight. I won't be here tomorrow because I'm going to HR and likely getting fired after this episode.
That'll be me.
It's
It'll
gonna
the
be
me
you.
show.
Yeah.
Ricky
Our
for an
new
hour.
sports
Yeah.
director, Ricky Turner.
Yep.
I am actually a little bit nervous.
Totally fine.
Hey, make sure you join us every night, every weeknight, Monday through Friday, right here on the CTV app, 8 to 9 p.m., Amazon, Apple, Roku. As well, make sure you join us on Facebook Live, on YouTube Live, and at 6 and 11 p.m., always on WBRE, WYOU. For Nate Johns, Ricky Turner, we thank you for joining us. This has been Sports Night. Have a wonderful Tuesday.